Okay, here we have derivation 3006. So let's show the conclusion. It's conditional, so we'll assume the antecedent. And we're going to go ahead and show the consequent, and we'll assume, make an indirect assumption there. And let's go ahead and apply qn to line 4. Okay. So now we've done our setup, so we're now going to do our instantiation stage. And we remember, what do we do first? EI and then UI. So we have two existential quantifiers. We have the existential quantifier on line 2, and we have the existential quantifier on line 5. Look, we have a contradiction. That was easy. No, because here this is an EI, and each EI has to be to a new variable. We do I here, so this has to be can't be to I, so it needs to be to something new like J, and now we don't have a contradiction anymore because we have Fi and not Gj. So we're saying Igor is a frog, and it's not the case that John is a frog, and that is not a contradiction. So this derivation is going to go a little bit longer than it looked like at first. So we have, let's see, premise 2 is a universal. So we can go ahead and instantiate it. Now, our strategy says to instantiate the universal to all of the new variables and all names. So we're going to go ahead and instantiate it to both I and J. And because we have both Fi and not Gj. Now we look at premise 1. And we think, can we apply UI to premise 1 to line 11? No. Why not? The main connective of line 11 of premise 1 is a disjunction. It's not a universal quantification, so we can't do UI with it. What do we do with disjunctions? We do MTP. So we need the negation of one of the two disjuncts. And luckily enough, on line 4, we have the negation of the left disjunct. Left disjunct is for all x fx, and 4 is the negation of that. So 411 MTP. Now we have universal xgx, and now this we can instantiate. So we'll go ahead and instantiate it to I and to j. So now we've instantiated all the existential quantifiers and all the just to each to a new variable. And there's no point in doing EI more than once with an existential quantifier, by the way, because Fi and let's say Fk, we could do EI to 2. We did 2 EI to I. We could do 2 EI again to k, but there's effectively no difference between I and k. Anything that we can do with k here, we already will have been able to do with I there, and so this is not helpful at all. So what we want to do at this point, so we've done our EIs, and we found our two universal quantifiers, and we instantiated each of them to everything we got from EI. So we instantiated both of them to both I and j. And so now from all that, we should be able to extract a contradiction. And in fact, we can. If we look at 6, we have Fi. And on 9, we have a conditional whose antecedent is Fi, so we can get not Gi. And oh, lo and behold, it looks like we have a contradiction with line 13, 1315 ID. And so 3 is the consequent of the main thing, and so we're good to go. So it turns out that actually we didn't need 14, and we didn't need 10. If you look, you'll see that lines 14 and 10 are not cited here. So in this case, this universal, we only needed to instantiate it once to I. We didn't need to also instantiate it to j. But we didn't know that at the time, and having this extra line doesn't hurt. So, and sometimes, in some derivations, we would have needed to have done that. So good. We've got our derivation. So I'll be doing one more after this.